Hello guys, NautoAce here, and this is gonna be my thoughts on the Sony PlayStation conference, the last conference for Monday. So basically, this time it's a little bit more interesting than before. Before even the conference, they had some sort of pre-show, and believe it or not, they made a lot of announcement that was interesting to me. Unfortunately, for basically in my review of the conference, I can't really include the pre-show. That's kind of like sort of cheating, because the whole point of Who Won E3 and the reviews is what you show on the main conference. Anything you show before or post-show, I really can't count on that one. But if I do review it on the overall, it'll be in like a different review. So, but in the case of, like I said, Who Won E3 based on the conference, I have to basically just like do my critique on the conference. But however, they actually showed some good announcement prior to during their pre-show. So I'm just gonna mention some honorable mention. Let's just say that. So, such as one, Everybody's Golf. It's gonna come this summer, August. It's gonna be $40. Awesome. And yet, for people who don't know, it used to be called Hot Shot Golf in America, but in Japan, it's always been called Everybody's Golf. I guess they just decided to change the name to it to be just unified, so it won't be, I guess, more convenient. But you know, Eggman, Robotnik, Mega Man, Rockman, who knows? But yeah, so Everybody Golf is gonna come this August, and then some other one that they wasn't on the conference, but some interesting announcement in the pre-show. Undertale, a game that was popular in Steam, is some sort of Earthbound. It's coming to the PS4 and the PS Vita. There's also a limited physical version. So that's interesting. And then another honorable mention is Ni no Kuni 2, The Reverend Kingdom. Finally has a release date, November 10, 2017. I might get it. I still have to finish the first one. And then they also introduced some new games in a new program called PlayLink. Didn't really pay attention that much, but it's meant to be like a couch co-op or play with your family and friends, like a party game. So I don't know, but those are some honorable mentions for the pre-show. So when it comes to the show, here's my thoughts on the Sony PlayStation conference. So the first thing they do is they always have this orchestra music. So they sort of no different, but it's sort of sort of enchanted music. Let's just say that. And the enchanted music basically comes to lead to Uncharted, the spin-off, the expansion to Uncharted 4. I forget what the name is. Uncharted Legacy, Lost Legacy. That's what it is. Of course, if you don't know, it was introduced in the PSX 2016. You starting with Chloe and her friend. It's supposed to be takes place after the events of Uncharted 4, but Nathan Drake's nowhere to be seen. So again, it's not really a big game. From what I heard, it's going to be $40 because it's not going to be that long. So pretty good game. Can't wait to see that one. I just ordered Uncharted 4 because I don't know if it's as of right now, but when I read it like a tweet, like I think 2 days ago, Uncharted 4 was $20. So I said, hey, better get that one. So there you go. Oh, and it's Chloe and Nadine. Gotta play Uncharted 4 first. So that looks interesting. So then after that, they showed Horizon Zero Dawn, an expansion called The Frozen War. So it could be an expansion, maybe another $40 game, maybe the DLC. Who knows? Looks interesting. I still have to try to play the original one, and I mean the game is good. That even Sakurai said that Horizon Zero Dawn is kind of rival to The Legend of Zelda. Interesting from Sakurai. Okay. And after that, another trailer that's already been shown last year, Days Gone, which is a Sony's exclusive zombie game. Meet Grand Theft Auto, meet Mad Max. It's apocalyptic, zombie infested, and it looks like a GTA. Looks interesting, so I might try that I might try it once it's released. I mean, what they showed was really interesting. Oh, and also Tomb Raider. It's like Tomb Raider meet Dead Rising meet Grand Theft Auto. That might work. Alright, then after Days Gone, the next thing they showed was da, da, da. I'm checking my notes, so I do apologize for that. Is a game that really I thought when I first saw it, like, what is this game? This is so new, but it looks so familiar because this is like a medieval guy with a giant sword. First I thought, is this Deep Down? What is this? The guy has glowing fruit. There's monsters, and I said to myself, and I guess a lot of people said too, because I'm looking at comments, my notes, and some articles. They're like, "Is this Monster Hunter?" I don't know. Maybe it's Monster Hunter. I don't know yet. I even thought it was going to be Deep Down. Whatever happened to that game, I heard it was a free to play game, but whatever. And in the end, yeah, it's called Monster Hunter World. So surprisingly, a Monster Hunter for the PlayStation, and apparently also now it's been confirmed, Xbox and PC. That's sort of weird because usually Monster Hunter is a Nintendo thing, because for strange reason Monster Hunter and Nintendo work together like chocolate and chocolate syrup, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is weird. It's like a Monster Hunter that is not, well, that it's not on a Nintendo. But I gotta check if it's on Nintendo. I'll let you know in a follow up. But like I said, I just saw this on the PlayStation. But I did read some reporting on the internet that it's also going to be in the Xbox One or Xbox One X and PC. And of course, it's going to be released 2018. Alright, so the next one is, it's sort of it's like from it, when I saw the trailer I said, wow, that looks familiar, and I'm saying, why am I seeing monsters? Wait, is this Shadow of the Colossus? And yeah, it is Shadow of the Colossus remastered. So that's probably gonna be another $40 game. That's a PS2 game now the remastered. I guess now what would this monster look like in HD, or if you play on a Pro 4K, who knows? But interesting that they're doing a remake of Shadow of Colossus, or remastered, or better graphics. Yeah, and of course, game 2018. And then the next one is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Showed them like the story mode, more characters, and interesting, to have the characters kinda true where the leak was. And not only that, is that the game actually offers a story demo. That's what they call it. People are already downloading it for the Xbox One and for PS4, from what I heard. So yeah, and the trailer showed some character. There was Dante, Doctor Strange. Well, apparently Black Panther is going to be the game in Zero. So there you go. Interesting. So we'll just have to wait and see when that game comes out in September 19th. So I'm still kind of worried about that date, but we'll just have to wait and see. So from there they showed Call of Duty World War II. Yeah, it's Call of Duty. It's Activision and Sony. They're like friends now for whatsoever reason. Don't really care about Call of Duty. So moving on there, they decided to showcase some PlayStation VR, because remember, this is basically, it's about PlayStation VR and PlayStation 4 or Pro. Vita, they do mention Vita, but unfortunately it's not worth in the conference anymore. Remember, Vita is a legacy console, and PS3, well, that's done. There's no more. Not a lot of people are like, even Sony, even Sim, they don't even make PS3 game anymore. Kind of makes sense. So first thing for the VR, Skyrim VR, don't care. Well, yeah, there's some VR, some that didn't really, I don't really lost interest, like, don't really care much. Well, the one that sort of kind of interesting. Final Fantasy 15 VR, and now you can fish and you can do stuff on VR. And for people who don't know what it is you play the VR game, but you're basically in the perspective of Prompto. Apparently, for whatsoever reason, you're playing as Prompto, and in VR. So in the first person view, and you go to the world of Final Fantasy 15, and in Prompto, and one of the features there they do is fishing. Yes, you can fish, and it actually had a subtitle. I forgot what it is, so do apologize for that one. And then of course they showed like a other interest, well, not sort of interesting, but just more VR games. I'm sorry again, not really interested. Bravo Teams, like another Call of Duty VR, sort of, in my opinion. There's another one. They call it. You're not really a mouse, but you help a mouse. You look like something from the studio Ghibli. It's kind of weird, and yeah, I mean, Moss. That's the name of that one. So Moss. So okay, well, some of the VR, like I said, most of them not really interested. I don't even have a VR because if I probably played it, I'm probably gonna get sick. So then they went back to the PlayStation 4 game, God of War, showed a new trailer, showed a new personality with Kratos, a new story, and he has an axe rather than chain blade, and then there's like more. The story has more than meets the eye. So again, can't wait. 2018. So again, just have to wait. And then a game from David Cage. If you know the guy, he did Beyond Souls and Heavy Rain. So this is his third game for the PS4. Detroit. Again, they did show this last year, I think, in the PSX or E3, I can remember. And yeah, I mean, the premise is interesting. The architect in the gameplay is interesting because you choose your own sort of like how you do it. You could be violent, you could be a pacifist, you could be a hero, villain, who knows. So probably gonna be that's in the back burner, but I know David Cage games are interesting to some extent. I have played Heavy Rain. I started playing Beyond Soul, but didn't really go that far yet. And if you don't know this guy, he also did for the PS2 Indigo Prophecy. That's actually his first game. And a little tidbit is that Heavy Rain is sort of a spiritual sequel to Indigo Prophecy. Just saying there. Alright, so moving from Detroit is they have Destiny 2 coming this October. And of course, it has exclusive content. It's a time exclusive. Who knows? I don't play Destiny, so I'm probably gonna play Destiny 2. But the word exclusive there, yeah, they're gonna be, well, people don't like it because even Xbox has exclusive of their own. So does Sony. And then after that, they showed the last game that they showed was Spider-Man. Developed by Insomniac, the people who did Ratchet and Clank. They also did other game like Sunset Overdrive and Bulletstorm. They did. I could be wrong, but they're the one that did Spyro the Dragon, and then they lost the IP. Kind of sad, but whatever. But the game itself looks interesting because it's a crossover of an open world with it had a Batman Arkham series vibe. It has flow combo, Spider-Man style. You use the web to use the environment to hit the bad guy. Interesting, I think. I can't wait for it. I mean, I want to try it. That's actually pretty good. So, and then of course, some of the other Marvel characters are in there. Kingpin is in the game, and then some other ones I have no idea because I like Spider-Man, but I'm not really into the lore. But the thing is, I'll explain it later. After they showed like the demonstration or a showcase for Spider-Man, so Sony, they do the sizzle reel. So they show sizzle reel, the games in the past, the games gonna be in the future, And then after that, they did a Easter egg ending. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you ever watched the Marvel movie, the Marvel Cinematic movies, they always do this after the credit. There's some sort of post clip that gives you a hint of what's gonna happen. Of course, it leads to the Avengers. So no difference here. And what they did was after the after the sizzle reel, they came back to the Spider-Man demo, and then the guy said, "Come on, let's go to another guy." And then he called his name. "Let's go, Miles." Okay, so if you don't know who Miles is, in the past, I think somewhere in the mid 2000, there were the regular Marvel universe, and then they created a sort of an alternate universe called the Ultimate Marvel Universe, basically a different storyline. And in the Ultimate Universe, the Spider-Man there is Miles Morales. So that's the reason. I don't really know the story what happened to Peter Parker in that one. So I'm gonna, because the game you play as Peter Parker, I guess, and then they go, "Let's go, Miles," and there you go. So if you know your Spider-Man lore, that's what it is. So again, can't wait for that one. It's fast paced. It has, of course, QTE, but of course, Batman also did. Yeah, even Batman did the same thing. So yeah, so that's basically the Sony conference. And some of this game, unfortunately, you might be saying like, the game's not gonna come until 2018. Well, that's what E3 all about. It's not supposed to be about games coming this year, but also beyond. It's supposed to be a year until June of 2018. That's what E3 is all about. So a lot of this game, mostly, yes, again, whether you like it or not, it's going to come out in 2018. I'm cool with that because, again, they got to take their time, or you're going to have a rush game, and you know what happened to a rush game. So key note here that I'm surprised that they didn't show this time is Assassin's Creed Origin. It was on the Xbox conference and also in their own Ubisoft. So I don't know if there's going to be some sort of exclusive for Sony or not this time. Maybe it's going to be exclusive to Xbox, or maybe they got first to them and say, "Here's we pay you money, exclusive." You know the deal. I'll probably talk about more about exclusive. I have talked about exclusive in the past, but I'll talk about it again, like new info about it. So there you go. So if you also notice that the Sony conference is one showcase another, one trailer to another, no more people going stage talking about the game. Yeah, I think to some extent I might have to agree with this, that I think this is a good idea because the conference itself just lasted even less than an hour. And I'm probably going to talk about the changes of E3 and why this is happening, and why to some extent I kind of now understand, even I don't agree with it, that Sony doesn't do a conference. I kind of get it now why, because the changes, the technology that we can, in the game society, community, in the society, the technology society, streaming, the keyword is streaming. You can be streaming now. In the past you couldn't do it, so I'm probably going to do that in a different video about it, my thoughts about that, and why I think this is actually a good thing, because Ubisoft did the same thing. It was just trailer after trailer after trailer. Sony did the same thing. Microsoft, not so much, because they had to explain some of the games. Again, I can understand now why, and I sort of, again, like I said, I can understand why Nintendo doesn't do it, because one point Reggie was on YouTube at E3, and he even talked about why is the Nintendo Spotlight only 30 minutes, and he basically said the gist of it. I'll probably talk about it more on the Nintendo, my thoughts on the Nintendo conference, Spotlight, whatever. Is the Spotlight's supposed to be an introduction of what we're going to show, and then the Nintendo Treehouse is going to demonstrate the game. I think that kind of makes sense now, but it's like I said in the past, they're watching a lot of this layout, so why not do demonstration in a different stream rather than doing the conference? I can understand now. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Sony conference. It's actually good too. They were fast. So again, like I said, there's still the Nintendo conference or the Spotlight. I have to give my thoughts about that one, and of course down the line this each week, or maybe perhaps even next week, my reviews of the conference of the big three: Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Why that? Why get that console? Did they good? Did they give it information? What's the gamers are hype? I'll talk about that on my review of the big three and who won. So yeah, like I said, this is my thoughts on the Sony conference. Pretty good. Even though it was short, it gave a lot of information. And you say, well, I want to know more about the game. Well, you can always watch it at PlayStation Live. It's same goes with Xbox Daily, or same thing with Nintendo, the Treehouse Live. So I'll talk about it again in a different vlog. So with that, thanks for listening. That's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.